welcome back to my channel. My name is Vine, and I haven't been on YouTube for a couple months now. I think it's since April, but I'm back, and now I'm a little bit. I dyed my hair, so that's the one difference you might notice. And I gained like 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds. I don't know. Anyways, so today's going to be a story time, and I really want to talk about this one. It's going to be a short story time if I don't blab along too much. But so it's going to be about the time that I went to Vegas with my husband and his friends, and we were all we weren't underage. We were just 18. We were all around 18. And we were just under 21, so we really couldn't gamble or drink. But here we go. So we went to Vegas. I think it was around summertime because it was kind of hot. I'm gonna name the people that were involved. My husband and I. You guys already know. Mike, his best friend, Mike's girlfriend. I'll just name her Anna. That's her fucking name. So as long as you don't know who Mike is. And the other 2 girls are named Jenna, and the other girl, she's Hispanic. I forgot her name. I'll call her Lisa. Lisa. And this other dude, his name, I'll call him Mars. So those, and then we have one more person that was there that I can't really even mention because it's a family member, so I'm not even gonna talk about that because he really didn't come into the picture. He was there the whole time, but it wasn't like anything interesting that he did. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and start the story. So the one that plans the whole trip was Mike. And Mike, I don't know how to explain how he is. He's very free spirited. He doesn't really like to. He's not very stable. That's all I can say. He's not very stable. He's a cool friend, but not very stable. And so he invited his girlfriend named Anna and these 2 other chicks who this is the first time I ever met. And so we were going all in Mars's car. So Mars ended up driving them, and it was just me, my husband, and I in our car. So we all went to a hotel. I don't know who fucking planned this. I forgot. I think it had to be Mike because he was gonna be DJing there at one of the parties there. So we ended up having fun. Whatever. We go there. We get there, and we get to the hotel. It's parking lot, and I just remember one of the girls had pink hair. Jenna. She was pretty cool. I actually really liked her. And the other girl was Lisa, I believe. That I had met until then, and then of course Anna. I didn't ever really get along. She was crazy for me to handle. Like, I don't really. If I don't click with you, I don't click with you. Like, and that's very rare. Like, I literally click with a lot of people because I'm very like open, but some people just rub me the wrong way, and like I give a lot of chances, but I don't know. Some people just I don't like their ulterior motives. Like I could tell, I could see through it. So I didn't like her, and I didn't like her for a long time. And I still don't like. Well, I don't see her ever, but so yeah. So we got there, and I just remember they were giving me like dirty looks. Didn't like me. I don't know why they were giving me all dirty looks. Maybe because I wasn't talking to them. I was just shy. I don't know if I came out across like stuck up or anything, but I'm just really shy. I get along more with guys than with girls, so it's like I come across really shy with girls because I don't know what to say. Some girls are really judgy, you know. Like they could be smiling in your face and thinking about how horrible your makeup is or your eyebrows, or they're very judgy. Guys don't really care. So, anyways, we get there. They're giving me like right off the bat. The girls were giving me all these dirty looks. I'm like, whatever, so I don't care. I just came here for fun, and I'm not gonna lie. I was such a jealous freak. I still am, but not as bad as before. So we get there, we go into the hotel, and it's this crappy ass fucking hotel. Like, I've been in Vegas before. I used to go to Vegas with my parents every fucking year, and we used to go to Caesar Palace. Like, literally, I remember like how I know nice hotels there, and I was used to that. But when I went with these people, it was fucking crappy. Like, I mean, what did I expect? I think we only paid $40 a night for the hotel. I don't even know, but I just remember we paid like very cheap to go as a group in one hotel with 2 beds. It was crappy. It was like a fucking motel. I think it was a motel. It wasn't even a hotel. It was like a Motel 6 or something like that. It looked like that. It was ugly and disgusting. But we went there, and I just remember because Alex and I paid the most, we got our own bed. And because I'm a fucking bitch. Like, I'm very picky. I'm a bitch. People, I'm a bitch. So I wasn't gonna fucking be sharing no bed with anybody, some fucking strangers. Um, so yeah, we get there and Mars, he's really cool. I really liked him from the get go, from the moment I met him. He was like a, but he was really funny. Like he was hilarious. Whenever he said anything, it was just fucking hilarious. Um, so we get to the hotel, we unpack. We're like, oh my god, and that was during the day we got there. Oh god. So we get there, we unpack. For some fucking reason, I don't know why. I think they must have been smoking weed in the car because remember, Alex and I drove to Vegas alone. Like we were just following them. We were in our own car, and the other people they all went in Mars car, and uh, like they I don't know what the fuck happened when they were in the car, but these people were wild. Like it's not like I don't know how to say wild. It's just like whatever wild was then for my in my time, or like which was like 10 years ago, wasn't not even 10, like more like 13, 15 years ago, was not that. It's not that wild now. It's just a fucking another Saturday, like now. But I'm pretty sure they got high in the car or whatever, and I don't know why, but I'm on the floor on the side of the bed. Like this is my bed. This is the bed that I was gonna be sitting in, and it was a queen size. Um, and I was on the floor unpacking my stuff, and Mars like walks up, and the room is full of with everybody trying to unpack and get ready or whatever. And he walks up to the bed, and he's like, "I'm not feeling good." Like you could tell he wasn't looking good, and then he falls on the bed like this. But he's a big guy. He's like 6'1", 6'2", like big guy. Like he was big, not like he wasn't obese or anything. Like he was just a big bone dude, and he falls on the bed, and I guess the way he fell, he like fell on the bed, kind of passed out, but he bounced so hard that he fell and he like recoiled. What is that word when you like? So he bounced on the bed and bounced off, and like fell on the side. It was so fucking. I wasn't sure if he was trying to be funny because he was being funny. He's always being funny, so I kind of laughed. I mean, I laughed, but I wasn't sure if this was like a real thing. Like he like just like passed out and like wasn't feeling good, or he's just being funny. Because this is like the first time I actually interacted with him like more than like just a party, you know. So he falls, and then the guys go up to him, and of course my husband, he already went to the fire explorers. They like were trying to check his vitals or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? The first time I ever did anything like that's not allowed or whatever, which is go to Vegas by myself without my parents. And at this point I was on my own with my husband, but at the time he was just my boyfriend. It was just so fucking hilarious the way he fell, but then bounced off. It's just like there was not enough bed that he just fucking bounced off. I don't know how this fucking happened, but it was so fucking hilarious, and I'll never forget. I think he must have taken a pill. He must have taken something that he wasn't feeling good and crossed it with like weed or something. Something happened. I never found out what the fuck happened. He was fine within like 20 minutes. We don't know what the fuck. He could have been dehydrated. We don't know. Like honestly, I still fucking don't know. We're so young and stupid. I just want to clear and say that I never did any drugs during the trip, nor did my husband. But the only drugs that were there that I was aware of was weed. And that's because the two girls, Jenna and Lisa, were legit fucking smoking it like it was the end of the world. Like, just fucking... They looked like the chimney. They were smoking cigarettes, like chain smoking cigarettes, one after another, one after another, one after another, and then weed. Like, non-stop that whole fucking trip. Which, I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever, I don't care. And I didn't even know these girls, but... so yeah, that's, like... I know that's all the drugs that were there. Well, at least I hope so, because I don't really pay attention. But this kid fucking like passed out, fell on the bed, and bounced off the bed, and then everybody freaked out, and I'm like here, like not sure if this is a joke or not, because it was just so real. It was just so fucking weird. Anyways, that was like fucking hilarious, and he they give him water and he's fine, and we go to a party that night. So we go to a party, and by this time, I'm already talking to these girls. Like these girls are fucking petty. I just remember Anna, which was Mike's girlfriend, was like talking shit about me, or I don't even know. These two girls were talking shit about me that I was so stuck up because I wasn't saying hi to them when I first saw them, or something. I don't fucking know. and I ended up being really good friends with the two girls that were talking shit about me. It's just the girls being petty, but these two girls who were like talking shit about me with Anna ended up like trying to lock Anna out of the hotel. And like, of course, I'm a good girl, and I don't care if I don't like her or not. But if someone's being mean, I don't like bullies, you know. So I'm telling these girls, even though now me and these girls are getting along and we're drinking. And by the way, this is my first time drinking Four Locos. I don't know if you guys remember what Four Locos are or what Four Locos did to people, but I should have fucking known. Like, not only was my first time really getting drunk in Vegas. This is my first time just going wild, like drinking whatever the fuck I wanted. But I was also really like really insecure. I was like 125 pounds at that time, and I was really tiny, and I was like not anorexic. I just didn't eat for that weekend because I wanted to look cute. So, but it wasn't every day. It was just like, oh my god, I'm not gonna eat breakfast because I really want to get drunk. So of course I had Four Locos. I'm vibing with these girls and this other dude, and they planned to lock out. I think like two of the guys went to go get McDonald's or whatever, and they're trying to lock out Anna out of the hotel. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, oh my god, she's a bitch, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, she talks shit and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, that's not cool. So I unlock the door and I'm like, whatever, it's no big deal if she comes in, who cares? Because we were having a good time without her. But you know, that's fucked up either way. Anyway, so I'm drinking Four Locos. These girls are cool. We're talking, and one has bright pink hair. The other one's like Hispanic, like me or whatever. And we're all having fun. We're drinking or whatever. And then I think we end up walking down the strip, and we're just chilling and just drinking. But I was already fucking wasted by the time that happened. Like, I was wasted. Like, I remember I was crying, complaining about my husband and how we fight. I forget, like, I was drunk, so I just remember complaining about something and crying, because I always cry when I drink too much. So we ended up at McDonald's, and I was drunk, and everybody was trying to like calm me down because I was crying. Not everybody, the girls. The girls were trying to calm me down because I was crying, and there was cops literally right there ordering McDonald's. Of course, my luck. And what happened? I just remember we ended up back at the hotel, and Alex and I were under the covers because we are trying to, like, the lights were on, they're trying to party, and we're like, I was already fucking drunk, and he wasn't. So we're just under the covers, we're just trying to sleep, and we just hear these fucking weird conversations. I remember the girl, Anna, was asking her boyfriend, like, if, what would you do if, just asking her boyfriend in front of everybody, what would you do if you found me with my legs open in the bathroom? And then her legit, Mike is like, I'd probably get a hamburger. And it was so embarrassing because, you know, you'd expect something nicer from him, but he basically, it was just fucking weird. It was really weird. And I don't know what kind of attention she was trying to get, but then they were having this like little lesbo moment while my husband and I were trying to sleep, like Jenna and one of the other girls. I don't fucking know. I was trying to sleep, and because I'm a party pooper. Anyways, and then the next day comes. Of course, I'm sick. I am so fucking sick. And if you guys know, when Vegas is packed, it's packed. I remember being in the car and going to go get breakfast, and the two girls were in my car. Let's just say that the group split into two. My husband and I, and the two girls that I first met. The other group, the other people, were just like on their own. Anna and the three other guys were just hanging out, doing their own thing. So I woke up sick because, of course, I was throwing up. I was puking everywhere, and I just remember going to go get McDonald's in the car with my husband and the two girls. And I'm telling you, I was so fucking sick because of the stupid Four Locos. And I just remember it was so packed and I had to throw up. And I remember all I had in the car was it was a Pringles cup. And I legit just fucking opened it. I just looked at the fucking person next to me that was in their car, and I fucking puked in there. And I'm so glad that it was an empty bottle because it was so fucking gross. All I was puking was, I didn't eat. That's why I was so sick. But I puked up, mostly it was alcohol. I don't know why I'm describing this, but thankfully it was an empty bottle because I don't know what I would have done. But it was so embarrassing because the people in their car to the right of me were laughing. And I'm like, well, duh, like, I'm fucking puking in a Pringles cup. It was the worst fucking experience ever. I couldn't really enjoy myself. I was sick the whole fucking weekend because I got drunk that Friday and we didn't leave till Sunday. So Saturday morning I was puking in the car and we're having fun. Everything's fine. Like I was just puking the whole day, and my husband spoiled me throughout the whole time. He was just buying me everything I wanted, so it was fun for me. So then at the end of the party, oh, I actually confronted the two girls. And I'm like, oh, Anna said that you guys were talking shit about me, and then I got nervous and scared. They're like, oh no, it's just because it's because I'm like, it's cool. I don't give a fuck. It's whatever. So you guys didn't know who I like. You didn't know who this was. Like you guys don't know who I was. Like I get it. Like girls can be petty. I get it. And they're like, oh, okay. So the party came. So at night, like around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, us girls started getting ready. We were gonna go to a party that Mike's friends was a DJ. I don't fucking know. I just know we went to a house party in Vegas, and it was pretty wild. We were getting ready. I ended up dressing up one of the girls because she had really bad taste in clothes. She had this ugly leopard dress. Ugh. And then she had one black simple dress, but it was like really short, but it was really wide. So I just gave her one of my waist, what are they called, waist belts, and it ended up really cute. But so we went to a party, and my husband and I, we were just chilling. We weren't really into the partying, like partying hard. I don't even think I drank. I think he drank a little bit, but he was always a designated driver, so he didn't really get to drink. But the girls ended up having their lesbo moments with each other. And I remember Jenna. She was really pretty. She's the one with the pink hair. She was really, really pretty. And she was like into this one guy at the party, and she had this blue cute shirt on with some jeans, and she was like having this like moment with this guy that she really liked, but he blew her off. Like he's like, "Excuse me, can you move out of my way?" And she was crying about that, and I'm like, I don't know how girls can have such low self esteem when it comes to guys. Like he's whatever. So he wasn't even that good looking. Whatever. Anyways, especially when they're that pretty, I don't know. I don't get it. I noticed that girls that are really 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 pretty have like the lowest self esteem. Not all, but I've noticed the ones I come across. So, anyway, but I just remember that on the last night, uh, I'm trying to remember the names. Mike and this other dude were Mike and the dude that passed out from the bed, which is Mars. Mike and Mars were sleeping together on the bed while we're all talking and having a good time. They were already like really drunk, and they were like already passed out like drunk on the bed. And I just remember Mike was holding Mars, like they were legit spooning, and we all had cameras, and we all took our cameras. We were trying to be quiet, and I think that's because we stopped talking. It kind of made it awkward. I don't know why they started waking up, but one of the dudes had like a professional camera, and it fucking didn't go. Like it didn't take any pictures. And then the other dude had another like his cell phone camera. It didn't fucking take pictures. So by the time that someone was trying to take a picture of them spooning, they woke up and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And fuck, I wish like they would have gotten the picture. That shit would have been funny. Like legit, they were just spooning. Like Mike was spooning the other dude, which is like it was way bigger. He was like, it was funny. It was hilarious. But yeah, so I just noticed one of the girls. Yeah, the girls were more interested in my husband at the end of the trip. Of course, girls. Um, there's like they were complaining because he was spoiling me. They were like, "Oh, he treats you like a princess," and I was like, "That's because I am his princess." Like, the fuck? Like, what should I expect less? I don't know, but they were just a little bit hating on me towards the end of the trip, and it was really we were having like weird conversations. I was just weird the fact that they wanted my man without like directly saying it. They were just really into him. And I just remember at the end when we had to drop everybody off, because but when we decided to go, once the trip was over and we were driving on our way back, the two girls ended up driving home with us. So when we had dropped them off, I remember like one of them was like, "Oh my god, Alex, I want to give you a hug," and I was like, "This bitch she didn't even ask me for permission to touch my man, like, ho, like, that's mine, like, don't touch unless you fucking ask, and even if you ask, I'm gonna say no every fucking time." But I was like, oh, I'm never gonna see this hoe anyways, and neither is he gonna fucking see this hoe anyways. So, and then after the trip, I found out that the other girl, Lisa, lived in my fucking apartment complex and like worked across the street at a Polly's Pies, and she's like, oh my god, whenever I did talk to her, she's like, oh my god, how's Alex? How's Alex? I'd be like, oh, he's good. And then he's like, oh my god, like if you guys ever want pie, tell him to come in. How the fuck am I gonna be telling my husband, oh, this girl wants to give you some pie. If you want to go get some Polly's Pie, just go get some. Fuck that. I'd be like, yeah, and just didn't. I never fucking talked to them again. I don't even know where the fuck they are, and I'm glad they're like, I'm glad they didn't become friends. It was just like a fucking weekend. But I mean, if I have to see them right now, I wouldn't care. I'm just some girls are just like don't have any limits or like fucking boundaries. But I mean, if she would have offered me pie, she would have been my best friend. But no, she offered my husband pie. That says a lot to me, you know. Anyway, so that was the time I went to Vegas, and that was it was like whack. It was fucking whack, but it was funny the fact that this dude fucking passed out or almost passed out on the fucking bed. I don't know. That's pretty funny, and the fact that I threw up in a Pringles cup, which was embarrassing. Um, I don't know, and one of those girls gave me a lesbian vibe, but it was a fucking fun ass party, and it was a fun experience because I've always been such a good girl, never done anything bad. I didn't smoke weed till I was like 25 or 26. Yeah, like for a long time I didn't do anything. But I've always been a good girl, never like done bad stuff. So that's why my fucking story time's not gonna be that crazy wild. But yeah. Anyway, so that was my story time, and I have another story time about the hoe next door, which is gonna be the one I'm gonna say after this one, because I want to put out more than one video because my husband's not home yet. So I'm gonna try to get one more video out, and this is gonna be a pretty. Here we go. Just stay tuned. So I'll see you next time.